If your lawn looks worse every year, no matter how much money you throw at it, this video is for you. I'm Nick with Staple Landscapes, and for the last 10 years, my company has improved over 1,000 lawns here in Massachusetts. In this video, I'm going to show you the most important lawn care lessons I've learned running a lawn care business in Massachusetts, so you can stop guessing and actually understand what your lawn needs. Here's what we'll cover: why most lawn problems are really soil problems, how traditional fertilizer quietly wrecks your soil, a better way to fertilize, weed prevention that doesn't rely on endless chemicals, safety, mowing height, disease, and grubs. Most of the knowledge applies anywhere, but you should know that everything I'm talking about is based on real lawns here in the New England area. So let's get into it. Most lawn problems are actually soil problems. We've reviewed over 1,000 lab soil tests in Massachusetts lawns, and over 99% of them had at least one major issue. Most had three: pH out of range, low organic matter, and low cation exchange capacity, or CEC, which is how well your soil holds on to nutrients. When these metrics are off, you can throw down as much seed and fertilizer as you want. The lawn will keep struggling because the foundation is broken. If your lawn is thin, patchy, full of weeds, or just plain ugly, there's a very good chance the real problem is the soil under your feet. Now, if soil is the real problem, let's talk about why everyone's soil is so bad. Most people don't realize this, but traditional synthetic fertilizer makes your lawn look green while slowly destroying your soil. Let me give you a picture. Imagine your lawn like a fire. Air is your pH, too little or too much, and the fire goes out. Firewood is the organic matter in your soil. Think of it as the fuel. The size of your fire pit is your CEC. Big fire pit, you can hold a lot of wood. Small pit, not so much. Now, where does synthetic fertilizer fit into that example? Well, I'll tell you, it's not the air, it's not the wood, and it's not the fire pit. Synthetic fertilizer is gasoline. When you throw gasoline on a fire, you get a big, impressive flame, but it burns through your wood super fast. Do that over and over, and eventually there's nothing left to burn. That's what happens with most fertilizer programs. You get a quick green pop, but the soil gets weaker, the lawn gets more dependent, and you start saying things like, "My lawn seems to get worse every year," or "I keep applying treatments, but nothing seems to work." I can tell you it's not your imagination. The soil really is getting worse. So if gasoline isn't the answer, then what is? Organic fertilizer is the opposite approach. It's like adding more wood to the fire while adding just enough fuel to keep it burning strong. When I first got into lawn care, nobody told me to use organic products, and I understand why. Synthetic is cheaper, it's easier to spread, and it gives faster visual results. In one hand, you've got a product that's cheaper, easier, and fast. In the other hand, you've got a product that's more expensive, harder to use, and slower. Which one do you think companies are going to sell? Exactly. But here's what's missing from that comparison: sustainability. And I'm not just talking about the environment. I'm talking about how to keep your lawn healthy and strong year after year, not just for the 2 weeks after an application. Organic fertilizer builds soil. Better soil grows stronger grass, and stronger grass needs less chemical fixes. That's why so many homeowners bounce from company to company. They think the company is the problem, but most companies are all using the same synthetic heavy approach. If your lawn has lived on synthetics for years, in my opinion, the only real way to fix it is to start using products designed to fix your soil. Hey, quick note, if you're a homeowner in one of the Massachusetts towns that we service and you want a free lab soil test and a quote from a company that focuses on soil health, there's a link in the description with the areas we cover. All right, let's talk about the thing that bothers people the most. The number one complaint that we hear from homeowners is, "I hate weeds." When it comes to weed prevention, there are two main approaches. The first is chemical, and the second is natural. Let's start with chemical. In Massachusetts, crabgrass reducer is probably the most common. These products act like a blanket over the soil that stops weed seeds from sprouting. They work, they're effective, and they're often combined with fertilizer, which makes them very convenient. But here's the part that almost nobody talks about. Most chemical weed controls make your soil worse. They don't just target weeds, they also impact beneficial organisms and can damage overall soil structure. Weak soil leads to weak grass, and weak grass leads to more weeds. This becomes a self-fulfilling cycle of chemical dependency. And if that doesn't sound great to you, well, there is another way. The natural way to prevent weeds is to grow grass so thick and healthy that there's almost no space for weeds to take over in the first place. We've been able to create some beautiful, great lawns using this approach. That leads me to a bigger question. What does a great lawn even mean? I want to challenge how you define a great lawn. Let's picture two scenarios. Scenario 1, you've got a perfectly manicured lawn, almost zero weeds. Every time a problem pops up, you fix it with more chemicals. It looks good, but you know it's held together by a lot of products. Scenario 2, your lawn is green, thick, and soft to walk on. It has some weeds, some of them have flowers, and a few are a little ugly at times. Your kids and pets can play on it without you worrying about any chemical exposure. The cost to maintain this lawn in scenario 2 is about the same as scenario 1. Now, which lawn would you rather have? And honestly, no judgment either way. For us, scenario 2 is the future of lawn care. Not a perfectly fake-looking carpet, but a beautiful, healthy space people actually use and enjoy with a living soil underneath it. One of the most common questions that we get from new customers is, are lawn care treatments safe? There are two main concerns here. Number 1 is the environment, and number 2 is your personal health and safety. And I'll say this up front, most lawn care companies will not talk about the negatives as clearly as I'm about to. Either they don't fully understand the products they're using, or they're afraid of scaring people away. I'd rather give you the full picture and have you trust us than hide the parts that are uncomfortable. So let's start with the environment. Fertilizers and pesticides can sometimes run off into streams and lakes. That can affect drinking water and harm fish and other wildlife. Many weed killers can also hurt beneficial insects, like bees, especially because many weeds have flowers that bees rely on for pollen. Now let's talk about your health and safety. Think of lawn treatments like paint on a wall. If you touch the wall when the paint is still wet, it gets on you. If you wait until it's dry, it's mostly a non-issue. Lawn products work about the same way. Depending on the product and the weather, a treatment can take anywhere from a few minutes to around 12 hours to dry. And common sense still applies. Just like you wouldn't eat paint chips, you shouldn't eat grass or plants that have been sprayed with pesticides. That's why you don't spray these products in vegetable gardens or where animals might be grazing. Any licensed company applying pesticides is required to tell you how long to wait before you go back on the lawn. If they don't, that's probably a red flag. Let's talk about something simple that makes a huge difference: mowing height. Most homeowners underestimate how important this is. For most cool season lawns in New England, the ideal cutting height is between 3 and 4 inches. Taller grass shades the soil, keeps it cooler, makes it harder for weeds to sprout, and reduces burnout in the summer. If you only change one habit after watching this video, just raise your mowing height. It's one of the easiest, cheapest ways to improve your lawn. Lawn diseases can sound complicated, but I'm going to explain it in a way that makes it super simple. Think of lawn disease like germs. Germs are everywhere. Whether you get sick or not depends on how strong your immune system is. Your lawn works the exact same way. Here in New England, with our unpredictable weather, your lawn will get exposed to disease at some point. That's almost guaranteed. The real question is, how healthy is your lawn when that happens? Healthier lawn, less damage. Stressed, unhealthy lawn, more damage. And remember, lawn health starts with soil health. So if you want to protect your lawn from lawn disease, don't just throw chemicals at it. Start by improving the quality of your soil. Grubs are the most common insect problem we see on customer lawns. After watching lawns that did not get a grub prevention treatment, we see a roughly 5 to 10% chance that those lawns will have a grub issue on some level. Now, oftentimes we catch it early and the damage is minimal, but it's still something to be aware of. We use 2 organic options to kill grubs: a liquid product called Cedar Cure and a granular product called Grub Gone, which we've started to use more often. If you're the type of person who doesn't want to take any chances with grubs, we recommend a synthetic product called Acelepryn. It's classified as a reduced risk pesticide by the EPA because of its low toxicity rating. So that gives you a strong protection from grubs with a better safety profile compared to a lot of older products. Our hope for the future of lawn care is pretty simple. We want the industry to move further away from heavy synthetic fertilizers and blanket pesticide usage. We want a few weeds to stop being seen as a failure and start being seen as a sign of a more natural, healthier lawn. We'd love to see more homeowners choose thick, healthy, mostly organic lawns that they can enjoy without worry instead of chasing a picture-perfect chemical lawn. We think with enough education, homeowners like you will start demanding that kind of approach. I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions about your specific lawn, drop them in the comments below. We try to read all of them and do our best to answer as many as we can. I'm Nick from Staple Landscapes. We make landscaping simple.